emails, those clever sayings and stories that go around the world, forwarded from one person to another. Well, I don't know about you, but I must receive 50 of those a day, and consequently, I don't always open them, but every once in a while I'll receive one from someone who doesn't normally send them, and those I always open. And this week I got one of those, and I want to share it with you this morning. These are some clever stories about children. A little girl was talking to her teacher about whales. The teacher said it was physically impossible for a whale to swallow a human, because even though it was a very large mammal, its throat was very small. The little girl stated that Jonah was swallowed by a whale. Obviously irritated, the teacher reiterated that a whale could not swallow a human. It was physically impossible. Well, the little girl said, "When I get to heaven, I will ask Jonah." To which the teacher replied, "What if Jonah went to hell?" And the little girl said, "Then you ask him." Children are pretty smart, aren't they? There was a kindergarten teacher who was observing her classroom of children. While they were drawing, she would walk around and she would take a look at each child's work. As she got to one little girl who was working diligently, she asked what the little girl was drawing. The girl replied, "I'm drawing God." The teacher paused and said, "But no one knows what God looks like." And without missing a beat or even looking up from her drawing, the little girl replied, "They will in a minute." And there was a Sunday school teacher who was discussing the 10 Commandments with her 5- and 6-year-olds. After explaining the commandment to honor thy father and thy mother, she asked, "Is there a commandment that teaches us how to treat our brothers and sisters?" One little boy that was sitting in the back of the room happened to be the oldest in his family, and he quickly answered, "Thou shalt not kill." I think some of you can probably identify with that. And my favorite, the children were lined up in the cafeteria of a Christian elementary school for lunch. At the head of the table was a large pile of apples. The teacher had made a note and placed it in front of the apples on a tray. And that note said, "Take only one. God is watching." Well, as you moved a little further down the line, at the other end of the table there was a beautiful pile of chocolate chip cookies, to which a child had placed a note, "Take all you want. God is watching the apples." Yes, kids say the darndest things, and oh, what it would be to be a kid again. Children are precious, aren't they? And children